Hey guys, John Loxy here. This is gonna be a weird video, to be honest. I'm not quite sure why I'm making this. I guess this is gonna be like a in memoriam video about Alekazam. Not that he's dead, I don't think. More that his channel is basically dead. Let me talk about him first. So I first came across him when I started out my own channel, probably 2018, 4 years ago. And it's 2022 now. And at that point, I was doing all the research. I was reading all the stuff about how to grow and how to do views, get views, whatever. I had been in sales jobs previously, so I kind of understood, but not that I necessarily wanted to do that. But it was on my mind, you know, and at that point I was basically doing both YouTube and Twitch, although I couldn't really do Twitch just due to my work schedule, which hasn't changed. You know, if you want to be successful on Twitch, one of the limiting factors is your schedule. That way it's kind of like live TV. People know that they can go to your channel at a certain time and you'll be there. And so I wanted to do my part as a fellow Twitcher, I guess, Twitch creator, and give the little guy more views, right? So I would scroll all the way down to the bottom to the people that had limited views. Oh, excuse me. I had a couple things of rum, and now I'm drinking a alcoholic grape soda, which tastes like Flintstones vitamins. So it's not really mixing well with the smoked oysters I had earlier, but that's fine. If I barf, then that's of my own doing, so whatever. But I found him in the EarthBound category. He was doing a playthrough of EarthBound, and I have to say, I haven't watched a lot of EarthBound Let's Plays. And to be fair, I've only played it once, all the way through myself. But I will say that it was something special, you know? Which is even more tragic because it's not on YouTube. It was never saved. You know, and Twitch deletes its videos after a couple of weeks. So they're gone forever. You know, at the point that I started watching, his earlier videos of that playthrough were already going away. So I actually did consider, like, hey, maybe I should save these because they're not on his channel. Maybe I should, like, mirror them or something because they're good, you know? Like, he was going through, he was like, you know, at this, you know, he'd get into a random battle, and he'd be like, at this point, you know, Ness, main character's Ness, right? Like, I'm not misremembering. He'd be like, Ness is going through this and this and that, so these enemies represent this and this and that. And I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting. And I actually watched all the ones that I could. I could never watch them live, you know, except for a couple. But due to work, but I went and I watched his, like, actual, like, the VODs, the video on demand, right? So it was good, and I followed him and all that stuff, and I was like, hey, this is good. Now, I wasn't like a super fan, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't gonna watch all of his stuff, more due to work, but also that's kind of how things go when you're creating content, let's plays, that sort of thing. You know, from my own experience, you know, Hollow Knight was one of the best, regularly speaking, you know, playthroughs that I've ever had. But most of those people are not going to stick around and watch the rest of my stuff, and that's fine. I don't actually mind that. It's you go with what interests you, and occasionally if you like the creator, you watch some of their other stuff, and if that interests you as well, then you become more invested. It's what is it? You sell. It's. I mean, if you don't mind me speaking a little bit, you know, crappily about it, all this stuff is sales. It has the same mentality as sales. You sell yourself first, and then you sell your company, and then you sell the product. It doesn't quite fit on Twitch, because it's more like you sell the game, then you sell... Maybe you sell yourself, then you sell the game, and then you sell your channel, right? That's how it is. But I liked him. I thought he was good. But Twitch is a harsh mistress. Okay? So part of, like I mentioned, it's in memoriam, right? I don't really know what I want this video to be, but what I do want is for Alekazam to be remembered, because one day all this will be gone. He's stopped streaming, he's stopped uploading to his YouTube. I think he stopped uploading to his YouTube when he started doing the Twitch, you know, primarily. And by the way, the music in the background, that's Unworthy, which is a Souls-like game. If you like Souls-like games, definitely check it out. I recommend it highly. It's extremely underrated. I'd never heard of it before. And then I watched an Iron Pineapple video talking about Steam dumpster diving, and he was like, yeah, it's good. And I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. And I did, and it's like, holy shit, it's maybe the best one ever. Like, no joke, seriously. But back to Alekazam, like, Twitch is hard, you know? You basically have to be on, right? Like, I make these videos, and I'm normally... How I am here, this is how I am with my closest circle of friends. People at work rarely see me like this. You know, family members occasionally see me like this. I mean, that's due to multiple factors that we won't get into, but friends, the closest friends, this is what they see, you know? But you have to be like this on Twitch all the time. And if you want to be successful, if I'm remembering the statistics right, you have to stream for 3 or 4 hours. Usually at about the 2 or 3 hour mark. That's your peak. And then the peak starts to go down at about the 5 hour mark, if I'm remembering right. 5, maybe 6. So, I mean, it depends on you, of course, and of course, it depends on the game and the time zone and the time, all that stuff. It's not easy. So you basically have to be like maximum enthusiasm for yourself for several hours, like complete inner circle, faking it for potential strangers. You know, it reminds me of this thing called smile mask syndrome, which is more of a Japanese phenomenon, because they always expect you to be smiling, even when you're at work, when you're depressed, whatever, no matter, you have to put on a happy face. And what that actually does is it skews your mood, right? So it makes your actual happiness less good because you're pretending to be happy. And so your body kind of doesn't know what to do with itself. It diminishes your returns from actual happiness and increases your... It increases the downsides, I guess, of like actual depression and stuff. And so people that have smile mask syndrome like frickin' throw themselves off buildings. Excuse me. It's partly why the salaryman thing, not just because of the crazy work schedule, but the salaryman thing in Japan is so bad. There's a whole forest known as the suicide forest, right? I'm burping a lot. That's mostly the smoked oysters, which are delicious. If you haven't tried them, seriously give it a try. They're good. They're worth the burps. Let me drink some more grape-flavored Flintstone vitamin liquid. Anyway, we're gonna kind of go through this. I stopped doing Twitch for basically this reason, because it felt crappy. I could never maintain a schedule, and at least for me, it consumed all of my time, right? So I basically work a lot of hours. I work on call. It's a hospital thing. If I was on call, I wouldn't do Twitch, but I would do recordings for my YouTube videos, or, you know, process them for upload, right? So if I had any free time, it was either going towards the Twitch or the YouTube, or processing videos as a function of one of those two. And it was brutal. It was brutal. It was all of my free time. All of it. Was it worth it? I mean, no. No, clearly not. I stopped doing it. I stopped doing the Twitch. Will I do it again one day? Who knows? Maybe. But it's hard. It takes its toll. We're gonna see that. Because I don't know if this isn't necessarily a cautionary tale. I haven't researched this dude very much. Like I said, his EarthBound video actually kind of got me inspired to make one. I'll make one in the future. But yeah, like watching that, I was like, oh my god, this dude's great. I need to watch more of his stuff. But now he's not streaming anymore. His channel is gone. 356 followers. That was it. That was all he got. On his YouTube, 46 subscribers. His last video 11 months ago. Expensive cardboard, something like that. And he's got branding, right? He paid for a logo and whatever else. I haven't done that. I created my frickin' icon in MS Paint. Like, I'm not even joking. That's legitimately what I did. Is it any good? No. You know, my channel art is one of my cats. My channel banner. You know, it's a photo of one of my cats looking all crazy. Shit, if you watch my channel, you'll see him. He comes up here and he's like, meow! And he gets in the way and shit. Jack was just here before I started recording. I should update it to both of them, actually. But, like, by the way, this is Social Blade. If you're interested in any, if you're interested in doing any YouTube or Twitch stuff, Social Blade is a good one to look at. It's one of the ones that I started. When I was doing all my research, I was on this all the time. Okay. Because at first I was interested in views. You know, people say when you do this, don't make it about the money. Don't make it about the money. I would say don't make it about the views or the money, because I thought this guy was great and he's not doing it anymore. And he never made it. And he was trying. He was doing like giveaways and stuff, you know? You know, this is the today's equivalent of, you know, the Hollywood thing, moving out to Los Angeles to be an actor, you know, working at restaurants as a waiter or waitress till you get discovered. Like, That's what this is. This is the digital equivalent of that, and it never works for the majority of people. I don't know if I mentioned it this video. If I have, well, I guess I'm going to mention it again. If you have more than 10 concurrent viewers on Twitch, if you have more than 10 viewers at one time, you are in the top 10% of Twitch. And you think to yourself, that's it? 10 viewers? Yeah. If you go onto Twitch top loads, right? Twitch will put all the good people, not good, that's the wrong word. It'll put all the popular people at the top. Everyone else, it will bury at the bottom. And I went and I watched people with 0 viewers. 1 view. 1 viewer, 2 viewers, whatever. Oh, excuse me. And I will say, the majority of them deserve to be at the bottom. No commentary. No camera. If the camera was there, it was total darkness. You couldn't see anything. If they had a camera, it was, you know, poor quality. The focus was off. It was on their chest, or not as a woman either. It was like here. It was like here. It wasn't centered properly. The sound was terrible for all of them. It was so bad that I really considered starting a playlist of going through and finding people that I thought were good on Twitch and like, hey, this person's good. Like the needle in a haystack or something like that. I still could. I thought about going and like leaving comments on their channel like, hey, you're good. Consider improving your sound quality. Consider improving this and this and that. You know, like, maybe it sounds stupid for me to say that I could be one of the best, right? I'm a narcissist. I have ego, whatever. But I've been in sales, and I know what it takes to be good. And I feel like that could probably correlate over here. But even so, with all of that, you know, luck is the biggest factor. I could be like, oh, I'm amazing, and maybe I would never be. But I will say that you have to do the basics just to even be on the map. You know, you can do everything right and still lose, but if you don't do everything right, you'll never make it. Right? So let's take a look at Alekazam. This is like a Greek tragedy, kind of. Right? I remember watching one of his streams, and he was talking about how he told people that he worked with that he was doing this, and they would ask how it's going. You know? Whether that's a positive or not, I couldn't tell you. I will say that only 3 people in real life, my closest friends actually, know that I do this. They don't watch any of my stuff. One of them subscribed. I think 2 of them have now, but, you know, even your closest friends, because this is a commitment. You know, I've heard about, like, you know, on Twitch, one of the things is like, tell your family members to just turn on their computer and turn on your stream and then walk away and do something else. Right? So it boosts you, because you know they're not going to watch your stuff, but it boosts your rating just a little bit, and maybe that'll actually get other people watching. You have all these people doing all these, like, you know, life hacks, so to speak, to improve. But I mean, it's an unforgiving career path, and you can't even count on the people closest to you to make it. Which is, if you'll excuse me for talking about myself in a positive light for a minute, that's why I was like, I don't care about the views. I want this to be for me, you know? Ironically, Macaulay Culkin, on one of the Red Letter Media things, was talking about the profit versus personal scale. I don't know. You could do something and it's on one end of the scale and it's for profit, but it's not one of your personal projects. You won't enjoy it. It's soulless. You do it and it makes you a ton of money. But on the other end of the scale is one of your personal projects and it will make you zero money, but it gives you, I'm paraphrasing or embellishing, whatever, but it gives you satisfaction and fulfillment. And generally, people, actors, whatever, try and do something somewhere in the middle. For me, I'm all the way on the personal project side, because I know, I mean, you know, I won't make any money off of this. You know what I mean? Seriously, if people are like, hey, I watched your videos, I enjoyed them, that makes my day. Because it's like, hey, I do this for myself, but if someone else likes it, that's like a double fulfillment thing. You know what I mean? That's like amazing. Jesus Christ. like my pecs are starting to twitch because I'm like cold. I'm right on the air conditioning is blowing like right on me. It's not even, I don't know why I'm cold. It's like 70 something degrees in here. I'm just maybe that tired or maybe that drunk. Which, if that's the case, cheers, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Alekazam, man, he makes me sad. The reason I'm doing this video, by the way, is because I was like, I wonder how he's doing. I'm like, I haven't watched him in forever, right? I loved the EarthBound, loved the EarthBound. And when I say loved, I mean, I have multiple books about EarthBound that I bought as a result of watching this dude play through the game. I was like, that's right, EarthBound is amazing. You know what I mean? And these videos are lost to time. It's like a destruction of art thing. It's like maybe at least for me, that was this dude's greatest moment. And maybe Crosscode, because he really seemed to enjoy that one as well. But maybe that was his peak. Which is really a tragedy. By the way, Fangamer is pretty awesome if you're a huge EarthBound fan, and they have some good books. They have one that's like a travel guide almost. And then they have another one which is like Legends of Localization that talks about the differences in the translation between the versions. It's fantastic. It's hardbound too. Like it's like you could, like, that's the desk I'm on or the table, whatever, but it's solid and it's textured, right? It's not like a flat cover. It's like it's purple also because purple is EarthBound's color, but it has like a texture to it. It is so much was put into it, and it's 100% color. It's like the really nice like magazine pages. It's, my God, it's phenomenal. It's worth every penny. If it's like $50, it's worth it. If you're even if you're not a huge fan of EarthBound, if you're a fan of video games and you like high quality video game merchandise, it's 100% worth it. But I clicked on his Twitch like this, and I'm like, okay, well, he's not live. Well, yeah, okay. Let's scroll down. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, where am I on this? Where is it? Where, am I dumb? Right, I clicked on here, and we have some stupid-ass ad. And then I was like, all right, what's his schedule at? Okay, untitled stream. Because he has it set up for every day, where it just repeats. But that's not... It's not legit, because it's untitled. You usually go in there and you say, hey, this is what I'm doing. So let's check out his videos. Featured, okay. No videos found, that's fine. Past broadcasts. Nothing. All videos. I've actually have not clicked on this, but no videos. I don't know if Twitch, they used to do something where no matter who you were, they updated it at one point, right? When I was doing it, they updated it. So it used to be when I was doing it that partners would not have their videos deleted, but unless you were a partner, unless you were making buku bucks off of your streams, your videos would get deleted after 2 weeks. And then they changed it and they're like, okay, now partners get their videos deleted after a month or 6 weeks or something like that. But at that point you could still do highlights, you could clip videos, and it would like save them forever. But at that point, I was like, yeah, Twitch is money grubbing, which of course, like I'm not judging them for that. Of course, they want to maximize their profits. I was like, they're going to get rid of all their saved videos. Just curious, what is mine? Mine might still be up here. I don't want to watch this video. You can see this on YouTube, but don't reload. Don't load that. This is network error. Yeah, well. Last live 4 years ago. There you go. Yep, there's me. Videos. Right, because I was... At one point, they were letting you upload Premiere videos, and they would save those. So it looks like those are still saved. I mean, you could see how long ago this was. Like, I haven't done anything since then. No clips? There was a clip of... Clips. That's too bad. That's actually too bad. That makes me sad because I was streaming. There was 2 videos that I really liked, 2 little clips. One was Manny coming into the camera to ask for food because I guess I was being a bad cat dad. And then another of Jack being on the back here, and he fell off because he got too comfortable as being asleep, and he's just like fell off, and you could hear the thump of him hitting the ground, and that it's kind of sad that they're gone. But back to Alekazam. Enough of me. Like look, I freaking ramble. I will talk. I will constantly talk. Back to Alekazam for a minute. Let's talk about this. Okay, so I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, well, he's losing followers. Okay. Monthly gained followers and channel views. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't really understand these graphs. I don't know why. Call me an idiot. But this one looks particularly important, right? So you have July 2018 through basically the last 6 months of 2018, and he's doing okay. You know, his low point was 212 channel views. I mean, that's, you know, if you divide that by 30, that's 7 views per day, and he's not streaming every day, so it's probably a little bit higher than that. 8 or so, 8, 9, 10, whatever. That's not terrible. Then he hits a little plateau, and then right here, pretty much a straight plateau, and then a little dip, and then another plateau, and then another little dip at the end, at about halfway through 2021, and then it's basically 0. And to where we are now, not even May, we're in June. And last month, he had 0 channel views. And I'm like, what's going on? It doesn't surprise me at all, actually. Even if he was streaming, this would not surprise me because of the algorithm changes, right? You know, if you look at H.C. Bailey, for example, if you follow JRPGs, H.C. Bailey is like the top Let's Player. Maybe not anymore, but he's one of the OG, right? The original gangster, the old guard. And if you were to look at his graph, it would start out up here, like high, and then it would slowly be dying over time. And that's all because of the algorithm. I mean, Twitch is different, right? Sort of. Twitch doesn't have an algorithm per se. It has Twitch is all about trends. If you're not in the trending games, you're at the bottom of the pile. You know? And so if you do what you want, if you don't chase the trends, then every month you lose a little bit. And then eventually you keep going down and down and down. That's why if you've watched YouTube, over time, especially if you log out of YouTube and look at the generic non-account related page, all the thumbnails look the same. Everything looks the same. It's because as the algorithm favors certain things, the people that are doing it gravitate towards that. And so what it's the Pareto principle. 20% of people get 80% of the views, the traffic or whatever, because they do what works. And if you don't do what works, you're garbage. So it doesn't surprise me at all that his views over time look like this. But you would expect them to be up and down and up and down and ebb and flow, not plateaued over time. And so I sort of, you know, stalked him a little bit. This is Sully Gnome. I think you can kind of see it. SULLY Gnome. GNOME.com. Twitch stats and analysis. Alekazam. This is, if you want to be on Twitch, phenomenal. This is his average monthly viewers for Alekazam from inception to currently. You know, peak viewers, watch and stream time, total hours streamed per month. I mean, look at this. 45 streamed hours per month, and he only does 4 days a week, I think. That's about 3 hours a week. It's a part-time job. Views and follower gain, and you can see it over time. Like, this is up and down. Again, it depends on the game. But then here, it drops. Like, the whole average drops. And then it drops again. And then it drops again. And then it drops again. You can already imagine what happened. I mean, here he's doing it. Here he's doing it maybe less often, something like that. You can already imagine. You know, you can figure it out. You guys are smart. Here he does it less. Here, I would actually imagine here, he's probably doing it regularly. The big thing on Twitch is you maintain a schedule. Right, so here, he's not really doing it, or he's kind of doing it. And then here he actually starts doing it again. It's like, all right, there's views. Consistent views. His peak views are the lowest views he got at this point, which, I mean, to be fair, he started in 2016, I think, but he probably really started in 2018. So, but he was doing it less, and then he continued, and then he's like, okay, I'll try a little harder, or he had more free time or something, and then less and less and less. And that's like I said, tragic, because I was like, holy shit, this dude's great. At least as far as EarthBound goes. The rest of his other stuff, I was like, eh. Christopher Odd. I found him through his Dark Souls, Demon Souls Let's Plays, his blind playthroughs on YouTube. And then I started watching him on Twitch as part of his Subnautica playthrough. And I was like, alright. But again, I only watch based on the game. And I can't even really watch that often because work, you know, screws me in the ass regularly, all the time. But Sully Gnome, check it out. That's something interesting. I can't believe we're already at like 35-ish minutes. We already looked at his YouTube. That's fine. So, Twitch stats. Let's look at his Facebook. I think I looked at his Twitter. Is there Twitch page? Let's check this out again. About, maybe? Twitter, here we go. Yeah, we're gonna digitally stalk him. So another problem is his, I don't know if you can see it. You can't see it right here, but oh, you can see it right here. They're all different. He kind of branded, but I mean, you know, to be fair, if you find someone and you like them, you go to their about page and you're like, oh, Twitter, okay, Facebook, whatever, cool. You don't necessarily need to have the same thing for every single one, right? But he's still on Twitter, apparently. But, and I don't have a Twitter. I think technically I have one, but it's probably been deleted because I created it and then I never use it. So I remember they were purging a bunch of dead accounts, and mine was probably in there too. Also Twitch is, or not Twitch, Twitter is like a cesspool. If you want constant negativity and stuff, go onto Twitter. So you go into his Facebook, and March 22. So I know I'm pretty much done with streaming, but I'll be at PAX East next month. Kind of sad. Decided to stream January 22. Decided to stream tonight, see if we could gain any traction. Stop by if you missed my streams or want to support me. That means from this point, even before this, he was already done. Which over the past 4 years, I've looked at his channel a handful of times. Like I said, the first one was the EarthBound, and I watched every single one that I could. And then watched some of his crosscode playthrough. Excuse me. But I didn't actually watch much of that because it actually looked like a game I would like, and so I was like, no, I don't want to spoil it for myself. So I, you know, clicked away. And then, I don't know. After that, I was like, oh, let me, you know, it's late for me. I got home after work and I'm like trying to, you know, decompress before going to bed because I don't want to get home from work and just go straight to bed. I was like, let's see what this guy's doing because I haven't watched him in a while. I haven't seen him in a while. I hope he's doing all right. Go on there. And there's like one person in the chat. And he's like, oh, I'm so tired, you know, I want to go to bed, but I don't know if anyone's really wanting me to continue. If no one, he's like, if anyone wants me to keep going, tell me, and I'll keep going, otherwise I'm going to bed. And I was just like, I would watch you at this moment, but you're clearly tired, and I'm sleep deprived, and sleep is crucial, so I'm not going to say anything, because you need to go get some sleep. Right? And since then, that was like my last time that I looked at him until this time, and now he's done. He's just done. So just checking in to say happy holidays. I've really missed streaming, mostly a romanticized version of it I have in my head. I want to try again, but I feel as though I will be talking to empty chat rooms again. Any interest in watching? That's hard. I had one person talk to me because there's tons of bots. You know, you pull your game up, and I have my little recording thing over here, and you know, you pull up the Twitch chat window, and you have that sort of overlaid. And it's like, oh, so-and-so's watching. You have 5 people watching. And I was like, all right, that's awesome. Let's keep doing. But no one ever comments. And you can see who is watching, and I'm like, let's just look at these people. You know, let me Google these people. Or search Reddit, because Reddit has like the Twitch Reddit. Twitch subreddit, whatever it is. And it's like, oh, all these people are bots. So I'm like, well, that's freaking great. But I guess they count as viewers, so I'm kind of not in the garbage. I'm somewhere in the middle, but no one's looking at me anyway because I'm buried, right? You have to scroll down, and then Twitch reloads or loads all the people you're trying to go to, and then you have to scroll down again, and then it loads more. Scroll down again, loads more. And I was maybe somewhere in there. So, you know, one person talked to me, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Right? But that's Twitch. It's hard. It's really, really hard. Haven't posted here in a while. I stopped streaming due to mental health. I don't know when, if I'll be back, but I thank those of you who supported me. That's what made me sad. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise about the mental health thing, and I really hope Alekazam is doing well. Because like I said, that EarthBound stream was... For me, it was amazing. For me, it was legendary. But, you know... And then, I don't know, sweet. Looks like I'm back. This is July 2021. August 2021. I get the impression that his... Because he's like, oh, I'm back. And at 2021, he was at... where is it? Excuse me, Jesus. In July 2021, that was here, where he's been plateauing for a bit. And then there was a plateau before that. And that's kind of heartbreaking. And then at this point, he's like, nah, I'm just done. I'm just done. You know? Going live in June. There you go. June. Something easy and fun to lighten my mood. Better late than never. Live with Hollow Knight. Live with more Paper Mario. I mean, June 2021 is fairly active. Got laid off yesterday, so I'm streaming this today. That hurts me too. And that was peak COVID, or... Post? Was 2021 COVID? I don't even remember. I don't know. I was not laid off. I was working. Guilty Gear Strive. Swing by. Trying to stream. Kind of clever. Twitch streams are back. Right, so, you know, he's already kind of stopped. New episode to lessen the blow for lack of streams. Yep. I haven't even looked at any of this before. I just saw the laid off part, and I saw the stop streaming due to mental health issues. You know what I mean? Like, Right, lost track of time playing the new MHA phone app. I don't know what that is. Streaming Final Fantasy 9. It's back, baby. So yeah, he's not really streaming at this point. And that's... I don't know. He must have met Egoraptor at some point, which is cool. I guess. I mean, Egoraptor's famous-ish, but even he is like, you know, if someone were to ask, like, who's your favorite YouTuber, none of these people would know. Mr. Beast, I think, is the most popular person, and I hadn't really heard of him. Oh, that's the smoked oysters. One of my buddies was like, oh, I saw this dude, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, is it Mr. Beast? He's like, I think so. I'm like, all right. I didn't really care. It was more not about the person, it was about the whatever was going on. But, you know, there's a reason YouTube was de-ranking YouTubers in favor of celebrities when they had like that P-score thing that came out, the profitability score. And it's because the average person doesn't care about YouTube. So, yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll stop the video here. He's done. He's done. And that makes me sad because, like I said, I was really kind of hoping he was going to do all right. You know? I don't know. I mean, if you ever watch this, if Alec, or whatever his name is, ever watches this, just know your EarthBound stream was awesome. That's all. I don't want to end this on a down note, even though this whole episode's been fairly down, which is kind of fitting with the Unworthy music in the background, right? Which, by the way, if you like Souls-like games, check out, definitely. And also check out Fangamer, especially if you like EarthBound, because they have some good stuff on there. But rather, I want to end it on a high note, high-ish note, which is appreciate the things that you have, because nothing lasts forever, you know? Nothing. Even Markiplier will be gone one day. Mr. Beast will be gone one day. PewDiePie, gone one day. Jeff Bezos, for all of his money, gone one day. Steve Jobs, look how he died. Right? We all die. Appreciate what you've got. You know? Alekazam's EarthBound stream was I hate the word comfy, but it was peak comfy, you know? It was really great. It was really great. If you watched it, consider yourself lucky, because that will never happen again. That's like, for me, that was fantastic. And I really hope to, whenever I do EarthBound, I mean, it's not going to be what he was doing. Right, talking about the symbolism of all the enemies and stuff. Although maybe I should, but it's honestly more about the like what the Fangamer thing was, where like the differences in translation and stuff. But yeah, I mean it's inspiring what he did. You know, it's what I'd like to do for all of my stuff. But you know. I can't believe we're almost at 50 minutes for this video. That's ridiculous. I thought this was going to be like a 10-minute video, but I ramble. But I ramble. So, you know, hopefully it was all right. Hopefully it was something, you know? For me, at least, it's closure in a way, because looking him up, seeing that he stopped, and now I was like, I gotta do something. I gotta make a video. Because I was... Back when like I said, I was gonna do like a... Excuse me. Jesus. I was gonna do like a highlight thing. And I... Excuse me. And I feel like that probably would have been really successful, if I'm being honest. Because... many people that watch Twitch are also on Twitch. You know, Twitch is like some sort of incestuous thing. The people that watch Twitch are also the ones that stream Twitch, generally speaking. So, excuse me. If I was going to make a video about, hey, look at this creator, check out this creator, blah, 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 I guarantee tons of people would subscribe. You know, they would follow me, they'd subscribe to me, because it's like, I'm showing you guys, and you should subscribe, because then you get to see yourself, you know, like some little ego thing. But he was kind of the reason I thought about doing this, because I was like, dude, this guy should have way more followers. And now he's done. You know? Was it because he picked the wrong game? Because he wasn't chasing the trends hard enough? Because... I don't know. I have no idea, but I will say I appreciate what he did. You know, that EarthBound stream, legendary in my mind. Really worth watching. And if you have a good EarthBound stream, or if you know a good EarthBound Let's Play where someone basically does that, where they go through everything, tell me. I'm curious, you know? As it is now, all I have is the memories of this to tide me through. And I hope this guy's doing well. In whatever capacity. You know, I hope he has a new job. He's spending money, so he must. There must be something. You know? I hope he's still playing video games. I hope he's still enjoying his life. Excuse me again. I just, you know, I wish him the best. It's not, this isn't the end. Like I said, it's not like he's dead. This is a memoriam for his channel. But it's not, he's not gone. He still has the capacity to come back, the capability, whatever. You know? And like I said, he has talent for something that, I mean, if he's interested in that game, he can definitely do some stuff. Maybe this chapter of his life is over, but that's not the end. You know, there's more. So that's all for now. I can't believe we almost did an hour on this episode. That's crazy to me. But that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention, especially if you made it all the way to this video of like an entire hour just about of me rambling, which is kind of ridiculous. But there you go. I really wanted to share this guy because, like I said, he was good. He was good, and I really enjoyed his EarthBound playthrough. And honestly, if he sees this and he's like, I'll do a YouTube video of that, I would watch it. I would watch the shit out of that. You know what I mean? I'm not even like one of these EarthBound huge fans. You know, but what he did was really good. I'd do it. Absolutely. If he does it, I'll watch it. If he does, he should leave a comment on my video. Not that, I mean, you know, really anyone else watches it, but you know what I mean? Still, I don't even know what I'm going to title this video. How am I going to draw people in? I don't know. I don't want it to be super... They go for, you know, if it bleeds, it sells, right? So I could be like, the downfall of a Twitch streamer, or EarthBound's most legendary playthrough deleted, or something clickbaity, and whatever. But I don't want to do that. That's why no one watches my stuff, basically. Like him, I'll eventually fade. Or my channel, at least. But, whatever. Whatever, I'm not going to chase the trends. I enjoy what I'm doing. It's all in the personal project, baby. It's as far away from profit as you can go. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But yeah. I don't know how to end this video. I don't know how to start this video. I don't know how to... Whatever. Let's go with a unique positive moment, because F it. You know, what else am I going to do? Unique positive moment. Remembering this guy. Seriously. Like, I watched his last stream of EarthBound as well, live, where he talked about, I almost said Lavos. That would have been wrong. What's the dude? The word ginseng. Ginseng pops into my brain. That's not the word. Galleon. Studio Ghibli. It begins with a G, doesn't it? Who's the final boss in EarthBound? Final boss. Gigas. Okay, so G. There you go. Works for me. It started with a G. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, my memories of this dude's playthrough. That's my unique positive moment, because it was great. It was great, and you'll never get to see it. Ha ha. You know, just like... But seriously, if he should do that if he ever watches this. That's something to consider. Maybe it won't get you the views. It probably won't reignite, you know, your fame or whatever. But do it. Don't do it for me either. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But it's like, do it for yourself. If you want to do it, if it's something worthwhile, then do it. You know? But that's it. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, even though it was kind of a downer. Like, this dude doesn't stream anymore, and even though I only watched him for a little bit, it feels like it's kind of depressing. I mean, in my mind, his greatest creation is gone, lost to time. You know? Like art destroyed. But, you know, it's like our real whatever is the friends we made along the way. Although in this case, it would be the memories of the streams, which is fine. That's good. It's the best. But that's my unique positive moment. Hopefully you guys are just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. You know, I don't want... I mean, ironically, death is what gives life meaning, you know? And we could be sad, but we're sad because there was meaning in it. Like, we valued what was lost. So... Oh my gosh. Those oysters, man. Worth it, though. Tasted great. But yeah, that's my unique positive moment. Hopefully, hopefully your guys was better, and I hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.